So this is a showcase of one of the projects I worked on in my second year of BCIT's electrical engineering program. This machine, made out of cardboard and some copper tubing, is meant to sort jelly beans. So here I have two bins, one is pass and one is reject. So I designed it so that it passes pink jelly beans and rejects every other color. So I will now give a tour of this. So here's a Raspberry Pi. Connect to that is a Raspberry Pi cam and a breakout cable that leads to this breadboard. So this breadboard controls the LED, which lights the image to be processed. And there are these three LEDs, which correspond to one of these button presses responsible for pass, reject, or stop/start functions. What this means is I control my machine either directly through the program and with my keyboard, or by these push buttons, which I will show later in my demonstration. And the next thing is this 3-pin cable, which controls the sorting servo. So this program uses OpenCV to handle the image processing responsible for color detection. And that's how I can get all pink jelly beans and everything else on the other side. And so now on to the demo. Alright, so here's a video demonstration of my machine running in auto mode. So you can see that the light is illuminating the surface, and here's what I see on my screen. So I click S to start, and you can see status auto on, and now as we watch my screen, you can see a image of the jelly beans on the top and reject, pass, reject, reject, pass on the console. So here it is, it's sorting these jelly beans as they funnel through one by one. And when it's done, it'll stop, and you can see that all it reads is empty. So I'll click S to stop, and when it stops, the console then tells me bin 1 has 4, bin 2 has 7. So 4 passed and 7 rejected. So let's take a look. I'll take these bins. So there's the reject, there's the pass. So there should be 4 pink jelly beans in here. And there they are. As for the reject, that should have 7, and they should not be pink. So there you go. Green, yellow, and orange, no pink. So just to prove that this works and it's not preset, I'll load another set of jelly beans. This time it's not going to be 10. So here's a pink and an orange. So loading them up. So that should be 2 and 2. So now I'm running it. Jelly beans are getting sorted one by one as they funnel through. And they're pass, pass, reject, reject, and then the rest are empty. So S to stop. Now if we take a look, there should be 2 pink jelly beans in the pass and 2 reject jelly beans, which are not pink. So here's pass. You can see that there's 2. And here's reject, and there's also 2. And that's it for auto mode. Alright, now here's manual mode. So here are the push buttons and the LEDs that they correspond to. And over here is the program. So here, when I click 1 on my keyboard, that's a pass. That's what I would sort it to bin 1. So there you can see it going. So here's a pink jelly bean. And I'll press 1. And there, it sorts it to a pass. So now, when I click 2, that should sort it to bin 2. And bin 2 is a reject. So you can see the servo going there. And I'll load the green. And there it goes. So green in the reject. Okay, So now I'll show the push buttons going. This blue button is a pass. So here you can see it's performing the same function as pressing the 1 key, and the green is a reject, and that performs the same function as pressing the 2 key on my keyboard. So there it goes. So there, it also says sorted to bin 1 or sorted to bin 2. Now I can click S to start the program again, and when I start the program, there it is saying empty. And just to show again that it's working in auto mode, I'm going to load 2 Jellybeans. So you say pass, and then you see also there reject. So 1 pink, 1 green, 1 for each bin. And there they are. And now I'll show this when I click S. So this red LED is a power light, and it shuts off when I click stop. So that's an indicator if the program is running in auto mode or not. So there you go, status auto off. And I can also use the push button to turn it back on. And the red LED turns on, and now back to auto mode. So I'll load a green jelly bean just for good measure. Send it through. OpenCV sees it and sorts it. And a orange, and it's rejected again. So here they are. And that's it. So I also designed this so that you could take it apart, so separate the electronics from the actual mechanism. So first is the servo cable. I'll unplug it. And I'll also unplug the lights. And now I'll also remove the breakout cable to separate the Pi from the breadboard. And now that's one piece out, the breadboard. Next is the Raspberry Pi. And it's only attached now through this Raspberry Pi cam through this mount I made just by cutting slits through the cardboard. I did it for cleanliness sake, so nice presentation. So there, I just need to fish it through and unhook a clip from the Raspberry Pi and pull out the cable, and now I can send it through that slit. And so there it is. So that's the Raspberry Pi separated, or the Raspberry Pi cam separated, and the Raspberry Pi. Next, now the mechanism. Take away the bins and the copper tube and the backboard. And now the sorting disc, there it is, and inside is a servo. And the servo just sits in a square box. And I fished the cable through a little opening I made so that this can be taken apart. And there it is. And lastly is this light. So now here it is, all the pieces laid out. And that's it. Easy to take apart, easy to put together for any maintenance or repairs. And that's everything. Thank you for watching.